So, can you bring a lawsuit after getting injured in a shooting at an apartment complex? And could you potentially bring a lawsuit against the apartment complex itself? Well, whether a person has a viable lawsuit after a shooting incident at an apartment complex in Florida is going to depend on a number of factors. These types of legal actions, where someone gets hurt as a result of a violent criminal attack at a business premises, are usually categorized as negligent security lawsuits, and they're founded on the premise that the apartment complex owner or the management did not take appropriate safety measures, or they ignored warning signs of potential criminal or violent activity, leading to injuries or fatalities on the property. So let's dive into this a little bit deeper. One key component of negligent security cases is establishing the relationship between the victim and the perpetrator. Understanding whether the victim was a random innocent party or somehow associated with the shooters can impact the case. Further, it's essential to establish whether the victim was lawfully present on the premises as a tenant or guest, or was that person trespassing? Another factor that matters is whether the apartment complex had any knowledge of the shooter's violent history on the property. In other words, it may add some weight to the case if the management was aware of the shooter's violent activity on the property and failed to act. Finally, frequency of trespassing incidents on the property could come into play. If the apartment complex ignored trespassers, especially violent trespassers, and someone gets hurt, the complex may be liable for those damages. Two critical security aspects are often scrutinized in negligent security cases involving apartment complexes, and that's the condition and function of the security cameras and entry gates. Security cameras are more advanced, affordable, and accessible than ever before, and they play a vital role in maintaining safety and deterring criminal activity. If an apartment complex with a known history of violent crime does not have working security cameras, this could be evidence of the complex's negligence. Similarly, malfunctioning or broken gates at an apartment complex can afford criminals the opportunity to enter the property and thus increase the risk of violent crime. Therefore, negligence in addressing reported issues with these types of gates can place liability on the apartment complex for violent crimes that occur on the property. Now, in terms of preventing such violent incidents, the apartment complex owners and management need to implement reasonable security measures to avoid the unreasonable risk of criminal attacks on the property. Things like adequate lighting in the parking lots and common areas, functional video cameras, well-maintained gates and fences, patrolling security personnel, and an overall clean premises are some of the measures that an apartment complex can take to deter crime. Enforcing trespassing rules is also crucial. Ultimately, what is a reasonable security measure will be examined in the light of local crime, which the complex owners and managers should periodically or continually assess. Now, obviously, not every crime can be prevented, but apartment complexes should take reasonable precautions based on readily available information to protect tenants and guests. If a shooting occurs at an apartment complex, the owner may have had prior knowledge or enough information to anticipate that the property was potentially dangerous. Thus, it's incumbent upon them to act accordingly or face the consequences of a negligent security lawsuit. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions about a negligent security incident that affected you or a family member, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We offer free legal consultations, and we're happy to help you however we can. You can reach us at the number below in the video description, or you can find us at www.spetsasbuist.com. That's SPETSASBUIST.com. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.